that thou mayest forgive them, they have only thrust their fingers into their ears, covered themselves with their garments, grown obstinate, and given themselves up to arrogance. So I have called them aloud. Further, I have spoken to them in public and in secrecy, saying, ask forgiveness from your Lord. So this is, Noah did all this. Then he explained to them, ask forgiveness and Allah will give you Midrada, the blessed rain, and children. Then he says, Ma lakum tarjuna ilallah wa kara. No, that's not it. Okay, yeah, here. So they disobeyed, when it became clear to them that they disobeyed and they plotted a plot against them. What was Noah's final saying? So Noah got tired. He said, Noah said, oh my Lord, leave not one of the unbelievers, a single one of them on earth. Wipe them all out. For if thou dost leave any of them, they will but mislead thy devotees, and they will breed none but wicked, ungrateful ones. So my Lord, forgive me, my parents, all who enter my house in faith, and the believer men and women, and believer men and the believer woman, and the wrongdoers grant them no increase but for perdition. So when he reached the end, when it was clear that the people weren't going to listen, when it was clear that the parents of the children they were bringing into the world, they were making sure they wouldn't become Muslim, providing video games and making the same thing they did during the time of Rasulullah. When this became clear, Noah called down what happened. So we have to take this example and put it over the present-day civilization to find out, do the people of the country we live in fit the criterion of the people that Noah's people fit? If they do, we shouldn't be trying to ask for mercy for them. We shouldn't be trying to give them dawah. We should be asking Allah to bring them the lines on them. Because they have plotted a mighty plot against us, starting from 911. The other two subjects is the sultan. The sultan, one sultan is given, one sultan is not. And one place in the Quran where Allah commands us to ask for it. Okay? Allah gives the sultan to shaitan over those who are mushrik and those who take him for a partner. Those are the only people that shaitan has power over. He has a sultan being over those two groups of people. Another sultan not given is that anybody could be associated with Allah. He has not authorized you to call S.I.M. Miriam or Miriam, and I'll be pleased with them, and associate them with authority with Allah whatsoever not. Sultan not given. Now the sultan given, this is a different story. Several places sultan is given. In Nisa, Surah 90, ayat number 1, Nisa, ayat 93, 153, Ibrahim, ayat 11, and Nahl, ayat 100, and Isra, ayat 80. All of these ayats is where Allah has given us sanction against what comes against us. Now we have to understand, what is this sultan? Is it something that has to be earned? Is there more than one kind of soul time? Obviously there is. Because in Surah Al-Haq, Allah makes the statement, Halakani Sultan, my sultan, my power has left me. So there is a natural sultan that we have that is given to us by virtue of our birth and being down here. And we learn to manipulate that and get a mojo or so forth to use it in the world. Allah says that's going to leave. You will have no power to do anything when He brings down the judgment. How do we get this sultan that belongs to the believers and rise above the sultan that comes with us from birth? The answer is Quran and Salah. Salah is where you're supposed to get Nur Allah. Salah is where you're supposed to get Hadi Allah, the guidance of Allah. Salah is where you're supposed to get the help of Allah. Salah is where you're supposed to be guided on those paths upon whom Allah has favored, and not those paths upon whom Allah's wrath is brought down. Quran, so that you know what you're saying to Allah. Quran, when you recite the Quran, if you know what Quran is saying, this is what you're saying to Allah. So, if you recite something in Salah, and you know the Arabic of it, but you don't know the meaning of it, then you don't know what you're saying to Allah in truth, in Salah. And that is the main part of focus in Salah, is to know what you're saying to Allah. I have, in fact, many times got up after Juma and confronted the Khatib and asked him, what did you recite? I want to know what you said to Allah. Because make no mistake about it, on the day of judgment, these Jumas are going to be before the throne. And the Khatib is going to be the one standing in front of y'all. I'll be up there facing Allah and y'all be back there. Before he asks you what I said, he's going to ask me if I knew what I was talking about. Not better. Because I have right now the ears, hearts, and minds of Allah's servants. You come here to get guidance, help, and mercy to protect and help you until next June. So it is incumbent upon me as a Khatib to make sure that it is not me that I'm delivering up here. That I keep the connection between Allah, the angels, the Hizb of Allah, and what Allah wants you to have comes down. Regardless of what I'm hearing myself say, this is for us. This moment is for us. And without a doubt, we need this moment. The importance of knowing what you're saying. Take Surah Rouge by the sky and the mention of stars and the promised day of judgment and the witness and that which he witnesses. Those three items by yourself. If you're standing in Salah, you're talking about yourself. You're telling Allah that you know He promised a day of judgment. You know, and you're telling Allah, and Allah is calling to court, to the day, day of judgment is court. So Allah says, وَالسَّمَاءِ ذَاتِ الْبُرُوجِ. So just like in the courtroom, I call so-and-so to the witness stand. Allah calls Buruj to the witness stand. Allah calls Tariq to the witness stand. Allah calls this city to the witness stand. Allah calls the day of judgment to the witness stand. Whew.